Hey, so yeah, I wanted to come on here because it's time to make good health go viral. What do you think? Um, anyway, I wanted to talk about this because there's a lot of evidence. You can see a lot of masks coming back, and we're coming into this cold, flu, and more season. And what I wanted to say is a couple of things about this, is that I can actually show you how to be healthy. I can actually show you how to get through this coming winter season and not come down with anything that's a virus. This is not a health promise or guarantee, but this is at least knowing how to do it. And I say that because there's a couple of factors. The ACE2 receptor is what the COVID virus binds to. There are plant constituents that actually bind to the very same receptor. Now, the interesting thing is yesterday I was involved in a conversation with an organization that I'm going to be a consultant for when it comes to people coming off of their medications. This is founded by pharmacists, and it is supported by over 40 physicians. I think the patient load right now is at 40,000 people that are really looking to be able to come off medications, and this is physician guided. So I say that because it's really important to note that this is not something that people are just taking lightly. But the point to all of that is, in this conversation with this doctor, he asked me a question with regards to oils and how long I've been working with them, and that is now going over 40 years. It started in pharmacology, if you're new to me, and it evolved as epigenetics became a trend. And I say that because the epigenome really is your stress response, and that's my focus. There's a big story around how this came to be, because there was a point in my career where I was treating symptoms only. In this case, I would have been treating viruses, but right now what I want to do is teach people how to actually protect, actually support their immune and hormonal system to regulate itself, because a virus can only develop in a vulnerable organism. They do not have a life of their own. They require your DNA or your RNA in order to replicate. It doesn't make any difference what kind of virus it is. If it is an RNA-based virus, it is more susceptible to mutation. Now, mutation could mean nothing could happen. It could get weaker or it could get stronger. But this is why we have new flus every single year. And the fact is that there is a way to influence RNA activity as well as support DNA, which means in supporting the DNA, you can actually now enhance hormonal immune regulation so that your body is better equipped to prevent the virus from actually invading your cells. That's just a matter of fact. And like I said, there are plant constituents, and I'll say a little bit more about that in just a moment, that in fact do bind to these different receptors. And this is where I come back to where I was talking with a pharmacist yesterday, and like I said, it's doctors, and they were asking about oils. And again, 40 years, and there is no science to oils. There's no science to oils. However, there is science to the constituents, and that's what I bring to the table. So when it comes to symptom relief, there was a point in time that that's all I ever focused on. And then with my own health and learning that symptom relief was not enough, it's simply disease management. It is not healthcare. And I am here to evolve our ideas, our standards of healthcare. I'm not interested in disease management any longer. I've been in that mode. I have, not only as a practitioner, but as a patient. So that said, the science is not behind the oils. Oils, you could have 100 oils and they will have, on some level, with the exception of a few, will share constituents. So it's not in the oil, it is in the constituent. I can't say that enough. And when it comes to these different types of viruses, there are ways to actually use oils that not only plug into these genetic receptors, but they also support the immune and hormonal regulation so that your body is actually able to prevent the development of these, or I should say, not the development, but, well, yeah, basically the development of an infection, because the only reason an infection is going to become a problem or actually even exist is because your system is not prepared to actually prevent it from happening. And the only way that it happens is because it gets into those cells. How does it get into those cells? It gets into those cells via the receptors. Plant constituents bind. By bind, I mean they plug right in. So if you can actually bind to these receptors, guess what you've done? You've actually masked, if you will, your cells. You've actually helped to mask your cells in a way that, I mean, you want to talk about a mask? The best way to mask your body is to mask your cells with essential oils. Your medications aren't going to do it. Yes, there's a lot of herbs and, you know, herbal tinctures and whatnot and vitamins and all that good, yummy stuff. But the thing is that an essential oil is not the same thing as a nutrient. Okay, there's trace amounts of oils in the herbs themselves, but it's not concentrated enough. And if you're already taking medications, it's necessary to know what you're using, what you're taking, and how you combine these, because patient safety is my jam. So bio-individual wellness, patient safety, but you can actually prevent, and I can show you how. You cannot afford not to work with me, because I can actually show you how to be healthy year round. So with that said, I have a program. It's a 3-hour workshop on September 23rd at I think it's 2 p.m. Eastern 2 p.m. Eastern, and on the 23rd for 3 hours, and it's all about essential oils for this cold, flu, and more season, because we're canceling it. We're canceling the cold, flu, and more season because you can be remarkably healthy, and that is what it's all about. So September 23rd, 3-hour workshop, live discussion on how to do this. Let me show you how to do this. Let me guide you how to do this for yourself. Take all the questions that you have. And yeah, so go ahead and register. I will put that link in the description box so that you can register there. Bring a friend, and let's be healthy this coming winter season. There is no point in actually being worried about colds, flus, COVID, what have you. It is possible to make good health viral. So let's do this. Join me. Like I said, I'll talk to you and I'll teach you how to bind genetic receptors or cell receptors to actually mask your receptors. I will teach you how to help regulate your hormonal and immune system. It's a fabulous conversation, and it's one that will be good for you, your children, your grandchildren from here on out. All right. So that's what I wanted to come on here, because the truth is that we don't need to live in this world of being afraid of viruses. We don't need this, because the fear of getting sick is actually going to compromise your ability to be healthy. It's going to compromise your ability to be healthy. I can actually show you how oils influence RNA activity, because they do. There's an oil for that. So join me. I would love to see you there, because your health matters, because the healthier you feel, the better you feel, and the more you get to do. You're no longer chasing symptoms. I've been coming out and saying, what are your goals? To chase symptoms or chase grandchildren? You get to choose. So let's make good health viral. What do you say? I'll see you soon. Ooh.